I'm Lucie Fink, and this week is 5 days of living plastic free. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Try Living with Lucie. We are back with new episodes this year, and we're not gonna have videos every week this year, but we do have an entire new season coming at you, so stay tuned. I'm especially excited for this topic because it's something that I myself have been diving into personally over the last few months, and that is living plastic free. If you're an avid Try Living with Lucie viewer, you might remember that years back I did 5 days of no trash. I didn't produce any waste for 5 whole days, and this topic of living plastic free is kind of similar, but the main difference is that this time I'm focusing on plastic. So why plastic, you might ask? Well, according to a Refinery29 article, plastic takes a minimum of 450 years to break down, and some doesn't ever break down, ever. By the year 2050, it's estimated that there will be more plastic in the sea than fish. Unlike what I learned from SpongeBob back in the day, the smallest creature in the sea, plankton, is not actually interested in eating Krabby Patties every day, but plankton are actually eating the small particles that float through the ocean. And in today's world, those small particles include microplastics, basically ground down plastics or small bits of plastics from things like the microbeads in face wash. So the plankton eat the microplastics, then the bigger fish eat the plankton, and sometimes bigger fish also eat bigger pieces of plastic, and then we as humans eat the bigger fish. So the plastic that we're using is slowly making its way back up the food chain to us. Before diving into this episode, I knew just the girl I had to visit, Lauren Singer. She's the zero waste guru who I featured in 5 days of no trash.
3 years worth of trash right inside this jar.
So on Sunday, I went to her package-free shop in Brooklyn, and she helped to guide my 5-day challenge.
What I've learned through this process of removing plastic from my life is that I was using far more products than I actually needed. Society kind of tells us that we need 400 things to look and feel our best, and what I learned is that that's not true. I can have 1 bar of soap that I use for shampoo in my body, I can have 1 face product. I can be more with less. On Monday, we're going to focus on the kitchen and look for items that we can find multi-use, non-plastic alternatives for.
The kitchen is the area of my home where I initially assumed that I use the most plastic. I actually had already made many of these swap outs months ago, but on Monday, I went through my entire kitchen to make sure that I was overhauling everything. So pause the video, get out a pen and paper, and write these swap outs down. Number 1, cut out all plastic wrap and cling wrap and replace it with reusable beeswax wrap. The one that I use is washable, reusable, and compostable. 2, never use a plastic straw again. If you love drinking from straws, replace them with stainless steel straws. This is now how I drink. If you want to use a compostable paper straw, that's better, but just make sure you're not using any plastic straws because those are really damaging to marine life. Number 3, stop buying paper towels that come wrapped with plastic or are themselves filled with chemicals, and instead use reusable rags or cloths in your kitchen. And number 4, cut out all plastic food storage containers and instead use glass or stainless steel containers. If you want some ideas of other kitchen swap outs, you can replace ice cube trays or popsicle molds with stainless steel or silicone trays. You can choose to use a glass blender as opposed to a plastic one. You can start making an at-home composting bin in your freezer, which will reduce your need for plastic garbage bags. And one more thing you can do is eliminate your usage of plastic cups, plastic plates, or any napkins that come wrapped in plastic. Most of the items that you've already seen and are going to see in the rest of this video came from Package Free Shop, and the great news is they offer international shipping. So for everyone out there that wants to buy these items, I'm gonna put a link to their shop in the description box. Start making a checklist for yourself, and as soon as you're done watching this video, start buying those zero waste swap outs.
On Tuesday, we're going to focus on where I started my zero waste journey, which is with personal care items.
I had initially assumed that the kitchen was where most of my plastic usage was coming from, but as it turns out, it's actually the bathroom and my personal care routine. Even within the first 30 minutes of many people's day, they've already touched a plastic toothbrush, a plastic toothpaste tube, a plastic soap dispenser, disposable plastic razors, face wipes in plastic wrappers, dental floss in plastic containers, and the list goes on and on and on. So here are some plastic-free swap outs for your bathroom. Swap those plastic razors for a metal safety razor. year. Stop buying makeup remover wipes or single-use cotton pads that come wrapped in plastic. Instead, use a natural makeup removing oil with reusable cotton rounds or reusable cotton face wipes. Get rid of all body soaps, shampoos, and conditioners that come in plastic bottles, and opt for body soap bars and also shampoo and conditioner bars. Or find shampoos and conditioners that come in 100% recyclable and refillable aluminum bottles. Swap out your plastic loofah for a natural bath sponge. No more plastic deodorant sticks. Instead, use glass jars that have cream deodorant. Avoid all plastic dental floss containers, which actually contain synthetic dental floss, and instead use 100% silk refillable dental lace that comes in glass jars. And of course, say goodbye to your plastic toothbrushes and opt for a bamboo one instead. If you're anything like me, at the end of this process, you're gonna have tons of empty bottles and containers that you don't know what to do with. I use the personal care and beauty recycling program from TerraCycle, which is completely free. You just follow the directions on their website, which basically has you separate out the acceptable waste, which winds up being just a lot of caps. Then they collect it for you for free, and it's made into new recycled products.
On Wednesday, we're going to take this to the streets and practice plastic-free living out in the wild.
So what are some tips and tricks for people who are just living in the real world? They want to be semi-normal people on the go. How can they reduce their plastic?
The first thing that I think about is how to prepare. So if you're prepared for your day, it's much less likely that you'll encounter a situation where you don't have the tool that you need. My basic everyday tools are really a reusable bag, my reusable coffee cup, which can be used as a water bottle, and then I always have a little kit of a fork, knife, and spoon with me, and that helps a lot because if I do get food on the go, I don't have to use a plastic set of utensils. I can use my own, and it feels a lot nicer to eat off of bamboo or stainless steel than it does plastic.
It's the going out and about part that makes living plastic-free more difficult, because a lot of the time, single-use plastics are there for our convenience when we're on the go. For example, if we're on the move and we don't want to bring food with us, we can just pick up food on the go in a plastic container and eat it really quickly using plastic utensils. If we're thirsty on the go, we can just grab a drink in a plastic bottle. If we're out there shopping on the go and we don't have anything to carry our new items home in, the store will give us a plastic bag to put our stuff in. So these single-use plastics are making things a little bit easier for us, but a whole lot worse for the planet. And actually, a whole lot worse for us too in the long run. So on Wednesday, I just attempted to live a normal day out and about without using plastic. And then I came up with a whole list of things that should remain top of mind for you if you want to try living plastic-free on the go. First, bring your own reusable cup around with you. Whether it's for refilling water on the go or handing it to a barista and asking them to make your drink right in it. Tip number 1 is to literally never purchase a plastic bottle again unless it's an absolute emergency and you're gonna faint of dehydration. On Wednesday, I went to Dough, which is my favorite donut shop in New York City. I handed them a mason jar. I asked them to make me an iced tea right inside of it. And no straw, please. And then I got 4 donuts in a compostable cardboard box, and it was a delightful morning. Tip number 2 is take reusable bags with you wherever you go. That way, if you're shopping, you can always just throw the items in the bag and you never need to get a plastic bag again. If you're one of those people who always forgets to bring the bags with you, keep them in really convenient places around your home. Under your sink, keep them around your desk at work, tuck them into the bottom of your backpack so you always have one when you're out and about. And if you're a really forgetful person, maybe try having the tote that you carry your phone and your keys and your wallet in be a reusable tote bag that you can use to put groceries and other items in. Number 3, for meals at work, keep a set of reusable utensils in your desk drawer. I've had the same set of bamboo utensils for 2 years now, and I just hand wash them after each use. Number 4, start shopping in bulk instead of buying things that come wrapped in plastic. This zero waste market kit is from Package Free, and it comes with everything that you're seeing right here. And lastly, if you have any plastic bags just stashed away at home from previous trips to the grocery store, or if you're like me and you have bags of bags, just bring them back to the store you got them from for recycling. And one more tip that I already mentioned in 5 days of going zero waste is if you're ever eating out, ask your server or your barista to serve you your food with no straw, no coaster, and no napkin. There are tons of tiny changes that you can make, things like getting your ice cream in a cone instead of in a cup with a plastic spoon, or even switching to all natural chewing gums that don't come wrapped in plastic and don't actually contain plastic themselves. Yes, most gums have synthetic plastics in the gum. The best way to start making these changes is to identify the areas of your life where the changes need to be made. So start making a plastic tracker anytime you encounter plastic in your daily life, jot it down, and then start making swap outs.
On Thursday, we'll focus on plastic-free and secondhand clothing.
So can we talk a little bit about what is actually going on and how fast fashion is affecting landfills?
So the average American sends about 70 pounds of textile waste to landfill each year, which for all Americans, that's about 16 million tons of textile waste, which is a massive amount of trash. One thing that I do to prevent that is shop secondhand. There's even rental options like Rent the Runway, which makes it really great and convenient to get cool clothing without participating in this like single-use fast fashion culture.
Fast fashion is a major issue when it comes to plastic. I've actually been wanting to do an entire 5-day challenge around sustainable fashion, thrifting, and shopping secondhand, so comment below if you want to see that. But in the meantime, on Thursday, I took one small step towards reducing my synthetic microfiber pollution. In case you haven't heard the term fast fashion, it refers to trend chasing and inexpensive clothing that's produced really quickly by mass market retailers. I'm very guilty of buying these clothes because number one, they're cute, and two, they're cheap. But on top of the poor working conditions for the makers of this clothing, most of the textiles and synthetic fabrics used in fast fashion just don't break down. Thankfully, according to a Refinery29 article, the fashion industry pendulum is starting to swing towards the desire for more conscious clothing, and while there's still a long way to go, a couple of things you can do right now are: number one, start shopping for clothes that are made with recycled materials. Number two, when you're finished with clothing, instead of throwing it away, donate it. And then if you want to replace those items in your closet, replace them with secondhand items. And number three, when you order clothes online, find online shops that offer plastic-free shipment options. Another tip is to wash your clothing less frequently, because if you do have synthetic clothing, each and every time you run that washing machine, you're releasing more microplastic particles into the ocean. Instead, just try doing spot touch-ups by hand to the areas that need to be cleaned. On Thursday, I went through my closets and I donated 2 bags of clothing, and whenever I'm ready to replenish those items, I'll be shopping at a secondhand store.
On Friday, we'll talk about something that makes me really excited, weirdly, which is a plastic-free period.
Periods! I'm getting a little bit personal now, but it just so happened that on Friday, as I was shooting this episode, it happened to be that time of the month for me. And normally during my period, I'd be using a tampon with a plastic applicator or one of those panty liner pads that has a plastic piece that you peel off to make it sticky. I know that there are cardboard tampon applicators and organic cotton tampons, but on Friday, I wanted to go all in, no pun intended, and try the least wasteful option.
Menstrual cup.
Menstrual cup.
What is it? How do you use it?
So a menstrual cup is a little silicone cup. It's about that big. And you basically squeeze it in half and then fold it again, and you just insert it inside of you, and it opens up. And it has 4 little holes that create a suction inside of you and collect blood throughout the course of the day.
You empty it once or twice a day, or however often you feel you need to. Then you rinse it with some organic soap and water, and you put it back in. On Lauren's website, trashisfortossers.com, they do a little math equation that shows if you buy one of these and use it for 10 years, because it's good for up to 10 years, as opposed to using organic cotton tampons for 10 years, how much money you're saving. And you can literally save thousands of dollars. I believe it's $1,640. I actually redid the math, and it's $1,640 and 1 penny. All right, this is it. I've got my menstrual cup, and I'm about to go put this inside of me for the first time ever. I did it! What an experience! Okay. So, to be completely honest, it was not the easiest thing in the world to do. I had to put a mirror down there and really examine the whole area, but I took my time, I relaxed a little, and eventually I got it in just fine. If you'd prefer to use pads, which I sometimes do at night, just replace your plastic packaged panty liners with reusable organic cotton panty liners. I ordered these 2 from Package Free Shop. This one is for regular underwear, and this one is for a thong. They're biodegradable, and they also compost naturally once you're done using them. And what do you know, 5 days later, and I've drastically reduced my use of plastic in my home and my life in general. If everyone out there did this, think of the positive effects that it would have on our health, on our oceans, and on the entire ecosystem of this planet. If you're the kind of person that's always thinking, well, I'm just one person, so how can I possibly make a difference? Just think about all the individual people in your life that you would inspire if you made these small changes. And it's all about that chain reaction.
A lot of people think that asking for what you want when it comes to plastic-free alternatives makes you look or feel weird. I like to think about it in the complete opposite way. I think that it's super empowering and cool to have someone look at you in a weird way when you ask them to put something in your mason jar. As opposed to internalizing it as judgment, I like to think of it as a way to educate the people around me. It's a really powerful position to be in.
I'm hoping this video inspires even just one person out there to make some changes, so comment below if that person is you, and hopefully we can save some marine creatures along the way. Mwah! Sending so much love from New York to all of you around the world. Comment below and let me know what 5-day challenge you want to see me try next time, and we'll see you then on Try Living with Lucie. Bye! Hey YouTube, thanks for watching my 5-day challenge. Click here for another 5-day challenge. Right here to subscribe to Refinery29 on YouTube, and here for my personal YouTube channel. See ya!